or 8 o'clock.
I also missed being with everyone. It never feels quite complete, and no matter where I am in the world, if it is Ekadashi, I am usually feeling very, very, very guilty if I'm not speaking and sharing with all of you. So I'm so happy, so grateful. I cannot tell you. My heart is like bursting with joy to be back with this seva, which is it's incomprehensible. Krishna's mercy, which is what I was reflecting on this morning. Krishna's mercy is completely incomprehensible. We cannot even imagine the length and the breadth of Krishna's mercy. It is an ocean which has no shore and no bottom. It is completely endless. All we can do is kind of like float helplessly and try to drown in it. normally you try not to. Um, in this ocean of mercy, our goal is to try and drown completely. So so that we can dive in, literally, figuratively, all of the above. Om Ajnanatimirandasya Gyanandyana Shalakaya Chakshurunmilitam Yena Tasmai Shri Guruve Namaha. Nama Om Vishnupadaya Krishna Prashtaya Bhutale Srimate Bhakti Vedanta Swaminiti Namine Namaste Saraswati Deve Gauravani Pracharine Nirvishesha Shunyavadi Paschatya Deshatarine Jaya Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Sri Advaita Gadadhara Srivasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare Vancha Kalpatarubhyascha Kripa Sindhubhya Vacha Patitanam Pavanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo Namo Namaha Shri Ekadashi Devi ki jai, Anantakoti Vaishnava Vrinda ki jai, Srila Prabhupada, Jagat Guru Srila Prabhupada, Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Yeah, um, since Gita Jayanti is coming up, I thought we would begin this lecture with one verse from Sri Bhagavad Gita. Also, happy birthday to Ishwari Sundari. Happy birthday, happy birthday, happy birthday. What a good day to have a birthday. Um, incidentally, and we'll come to find out, this is the Ekadashi, which is the actual appearance of Ekadashi Devi. So, you are sharing this birthday with Ekadashi Devi herself. Each Ekadashi kind of commemorates the birth of Ekadashi Devi, but this is the one from which the Ekadashis spring forth. So we will get into that in just a moment. However, let's begin with one of my favorite verses from Sri Bhagavad Gita. There was a time in my life, even recently, where I was reciting this verse every day. It is a verse which gives me solace when I am feeling confused. It is a verse that I turn to quite often. It is a verse where if I don't know where to go, what to do, how to move, what to speak, any of the things, I turn to this verse. So this is chapter 2, text 7. Karpanya dosho pahata swabhava Prichchami tvam dharma samudachetaha Yachstreya shanishchitam bruhitan me Shishyasteham shadimam tvam prapanam. Arjuna speaks to Sri Krishna. Now I am confused about my duty and have lost all composure because of miserly weakness. In this condition, I am asking you. He's speaking to Krishna. I am asking you, O Krishna, to tell me for certain what is best for me. Now I am your disciple. and a soul surrendered unto you. Please, please instruct me. You ever have those friends that ask for advice, and then you spend your valuable precious time giving them the advice, and then they don't follow it? Does that ever make anybody feel like internal rage? For me, that's like a surefire way to get me to feel this rage inside, is to ask me for advice, and then I go through the painstaking process of giving said advice, because usually that means I've had to think about it for a really long time, and then I give the advice, and then they do the exact opposite of the advice, and then of course later on they come back and they're like, I don't know, I didn't work out, how could this have happened to my life, you know? And I'm like, I told you to do the opposite of what you did. Complete opposite. Yeah, that's us with Krishna. This is us with Krishna. We are begging Krishna, Krishna, I'm lost, I'm confused, everything is breaking down. I am begging you to tell me for certain, because Krishna can be oracle like, you know? He gives all of these like winding roads where we need a purport and a commentary and a dig darshani and a tika darshani and all of these things, right? I need so many different commentary. I need the commentary on the commentary on the commentary of the purport to figure out what in the world Krishna is speaking about. And then Krishna spends time giving me such advice, and then I do the opposite. But I keep running back and asking, Krishna, tell me for certain what is best for me. Yeah, I'm always begging. I need you to tell me for certain what is best for me. Now Krishna is going to tell us what's best for us. Let's see if we can just surrender to it. If we can just follow what Krishna says is best for us. No arguing, no resistance, no putting up all of the fights and all of the reasons why we can't. Krishna is about to tell us simply and for certain what is best for us. Let's see what he says. So, Sutta Goswami said, O learned Brahmanas, long ago, Lord Sri Krishna, the Supreme Personality of Godhead, explained the auspicious glories of Sri Ekadashi and the rules and regulations governing each observance of fasting on that holy day. O best of the Brahmanas, whosoever hears about the origins and glories of these sacred fasts on the Ekadashi days goes directly to the abode of Lord Vishnu, after enjoying many different kinds of happiness in this material world. Already, these are promises. This material world is more dangerous than we could ever comprehend, and yet we have so many assurances. Whosoever hears about the origins and glories of these sacred fasts on the Ekadashi days goes directly to the abode of Lord Vishnu after enjoying many different kinds of happiness in this material world. Friends, we are about to be made happy. Arjuna, the son of Pritha, asked the Lord, O Janardhan, what are the pious benefits of complete fasting, eating only supper, or eating but once at midday on Ekadashi? And what are the regulations for observing the various Ekadashi days? Kindly narrate all this to me. The Supreme Lord Krishna replied, O Arjuna. So we've now asked, O Lord, please tell me for certain what's best for me. From your own lotus mouth. The Supreme Lord Shri Krishna replied, O Arjuna, in the beginning of winter in the northern hemisphere, on the Ekadashi that occurs during the dark fortnight of the month of Margashirsha, November-December, a novice should begin his practice of observing a fast on Ekadashi. This is the perfect time to begin your Ekadashi fasting for the whole year. This is where it starts. On Dashami, the day before Ekadashi, he should clean his teeth nicely. Then, during the 8th portion of Dashami, just as the sun is about to set, he should eat supper. The next morning, the devotee should make a vow, according to the rules and regulations, to observe fasting. At midday, he should bathe properly in a river, lake, or small pond. A bath in a river is most purifying. That taken in a lake is less so, and a bath in a small pond is the least purifying. If neither a river, lake, nor pond is accessible, he may bathe with well water. Luckily, we also have the ocean of the holy name. So most purifying is to bathe ourselves within the ocean of the holy name, which is the most purifying of all purifying things. Hare Nama Eva Kevalam. The devotee should chant this prayer containing the names of Mother Earth. O Ashvakrante, O Ratakrante, O Vishnukrante, O Vasundare, O Mritike, O Mother Earth, kindly remove all the sins I have accumulated throughout my many past lives, so that I may enter the sacred abode of the Supreme Lord. As the devotee chants, he should smear mud over his body. During the day of fasting, the devotee should not speak to those who are fallen from their religious duties, to dog-eaters, to thieves, or to hypocrites. He should also avoid speaking with slanderers. So maybe we have to stay away from social media. You should not speak with those who abuse the demigods, the Vedic literatures, or Brahmanas, or with any other wicked personalities, such as those who have sex with forbidden women, those who are known plunderers, or those who rob temples. If any such person is spoken to or even seen during Ekadashi, one must purify oneself by looking directly at the sun. Then the devotee should respectfully worship Lord Govinda with first-class food, flowers, and so forth. In his home, he should offer the Lord a lamp in pure devotional consciousness. That is easy for us to do. He should also avoid sleeping during the daytime and should completely abstain from sex. Fasting from all food and water, he should joyfully sing the Lord's glories and play musical instruments for his pleasure throughout the night. After remaining awake all night in pure consciousness, the worshipper should give charity to qualified brahmanas and offer his humble obeisances unto them, begging their forgiveness for his offenses. Those who are serious about devotional service should consider the Ekadashis that occur during the dark fortnights to be as good as those that occur during the bright fortnights. O king, one should never discriminate between these two kinds of Ekadashis. Please listen as I now describe the results obtained by one who observes Ekadashi in this way. This is Sri Krishna still speaking. Neither the merit one receives by taking a bath in the sacred place of pilgrimage, known as Shankodara, where the Lord killed the Shankasura demon, nor the merit one receives upon seeing Lord Gadadhara directly is equal to 1/16 of the merit one obtains by fasting on Ekadashi. It is said that by giving charity on a Monday, when the moon is full, one obtains 100,000 times the result of ordinary charity. O winner of wealth, one who gives charity on the day of the Sankranti equinox attains 400,000 times the ordinary result. Yet, simply by fasting on Ekadashi, one obtains all these pious results, as well as whatever pious results one gets at Kurukshetra during an eclipse of the sun or moon. Furthermore, the faithful soul who observes complete fasting on Ekadashi achieves 100 times more merit than one who performs an Ashvamedha Yagya, a horse sacrifice. One who observes Ekadashi just once, earns 10 times more merit than a person who gives 1,000 cows in charity to a Brahmana learned in the Vedas. It is unimaginable how merciful our Lord is. Our Lord is literally jumping through hoops to give us his mercy. A person who feeds just one brahmachari earns 10 times more merit than one who feeds 10 good brahmanas in his own house. But 1,000 times more merit than that is earned by feeding a brahmachari and is achieved by donating land to the needy and respectable Brahmin and 1,000 times more than that is earned by giving away a virgin girl in marriage to a young, well-educated, responsible man. 10 times more beneficial than this is educating children properly on the spiritual path without expecting any reward in return. 10 times better than this, however, is giving food grains to the hungry. Indeed, giving charity to those in need is the best of all, and there never has been or ever will be a better charity than this. O son of Kunti, all the forefathers and demigods in heaven become very satisfied when one gives food grains in charity, but the merit one obtains by observing a complete fast on Ekadashi cannot be measured. O Arjuna, best of all the Gurus, the powerful effect of this merit is inconceivable even to the demigods, and half this merit is attained by one who eats only supper on Ekadashi. One should therefore observe fasting on Lord Hari's day, either by eating only once at midday, abstaining from grains and beans, or by fasting completely. Our Lord is ready to accept whatever we can do. The processes of staying in places of pilgrimage, giving charity, and performing fire sacrifices may boast only as long as Ekadashi has not arrived. Therefore, anyone afraid of the miseries of material existence should observe Ekadashi. And we should all be afraid of the miseries of material existence. We don't know how much danger we are in. Srila Prabhupada has stated so many times, you do not realize the precariousness of our situation. You don't realize. That is the only reason we can take it lightly. We don't realize how much danger we are in. So anyone afraid of the miseries of material existence, and that should be all of us, 1,000 times over, we should be terrified of the situation we are in. And we should therefore happily and joyfully observe Ekadashi. On Ekadashi, one should not drink water from a conch shell, kill living entities such as fish or pigs, or eat any grains or beans. Thus I have described to you, O Arjuna, the best of all methods of fasting, as you have inquired from me. Arjuna then asked, O Lord, according to you, 1,000 Vedic sacrifices do not equal even one Ekadashi fast. How can this be? How has Ekadashi become the most meritorious of all days? Lord Sri Krishna replied, I will tell you why Ekadashi is the most purifying of all days. In the Satya Yuga, there once lived an amazingly fearsome demon called Mura. Always very angry, he terrified all the demigods, defeating even Indra, the king of heaven, Vivaswan, the sun god, the 8 Vasus, Lord Brahma, Vayu, the wind god, and Agni, the fire god. With his terrible power, he brought them all under his control. Lord Indra then approached Lord Shiva and said, We have all fallen from our planets and are now wandering helplessly on the earth. O Lord, how can we find relief from this affliction? What will be the fate of us demigods? Lord Shiva, Mahadev, replied, O best of the demigods, go at once to that place where Lord Vishnu, the rider of Garuda, resides. He is Jagannath, the master of all the universes, and their shelter as well. He is devoted to protecting all souls surrendered to him. Lord Krishna continued, O Arjuna, winner of wealth, after Lord Indra heard these words of Lord Shiva's, he proceeded with all the demigods to the place where Lord Jagannath, the Lord of the universe, the protector of all souls, was resting. Seeing the Lord sleeping upon the water, the demigods joined their palms and, led by Indra, recited the following prayers. O Supreme Personality of Godhead, all obeisances unto you, O Lord of Lords, O you who are praised by the foremost demigods, O enemy of all demons, O lotus-eyed Lord, O Madhusudan, killer of the Madhu demon, please protect us. Afraid of the demon Mura, we demigods have come to take shelter of you, O Jagannath. You are the doer of everything and the creator of everything. You are the mother and the father of all universes. You are the creator, the maintainer, and the destroyer of all. You are the supreme helper of all the demigods, and you alone can bring peace to them. You alone are the earth, the sky, and the universal benefactor. You are Shiva, Brahma, and also Vishnu, the maintainer of all the three worlds. You are the gods of the sun, moon, and fire. You are the clarified butter, the oblation, the sacred fire, the mantras, the rituals, the priests, and the silent chanting of japa. The Lord himself says this even in Bhagavad Gita. You are the sacrifice itself, its sponsor, and the enjoyer of its results. The Supreme Personality of Godhead, nothing within these three worlds, whether movable or immovable, can exist independent of you. O Supreme Lord, O Lord of Lords, you are the protector of those who take shelter of you. O Supreme Mystic, O shelter of the fearful, please rescue and protect us. We demigods have been defeated by the demons and have thus fallen from the heavenly realm. Deprived of our positions, O Lord of the universe, we are now wandering about this earthly planet. Lord Krishna continued, having heard Indra and the other demigods speak these words, Sri Vishnu, the Supreme Personality of Godhead, replied, what demon possesses such great powers of delusion that he has been able to defeat all the demigods? What is his name and where does he live? Where does he get his strength and shelter? Tell me everything, Indra, and do not fear. Lord Indra replied, O Supreme Godhead, O Lord of Lords, O you who vanquish the fear in your pure devotees' hearts, O you who are so kind to your faithful servants. There was once a powerful demon of the Brahma dynasty whose name was Nadijanga. He was extraordinarily fearsome and wholly dedicated to destroying the demigods, and he begot an infamous son named Mura. Mura's great capital city is Chandravati. From that base, the terribly evil and powerful Mura demon has conquered the whole world and brought all the demigods under his control, driving them out of their heavenly kingdom. He has assumed the roles of Indra, the king of heaven, Agni, the fire god, Yama, the lord of death, Vayu, the wind god, Isha, or Lord Shiva, Soma, the moon god, Nerti, the lord of the directions, and Pashi, or Varuna, the water god. He has also begun emanating light in the role of the sun god and has turned himself into the clouds as well. It is impossible for the demigods to defeat him. O Lord Vishnu, please kill this demon and make the demigods victorious. Hearing these words from Indra, Lord Janardhan became very angry and said, O powerful demigods, all together, you may now advance on Mura's capital city of Chandravati. Encouraged thus, the assembled demigods proceeded to Chandravati with Lord Hari leading the way. When Mura saw the demigods, that foremost of demons started roaring very loudly in the company of countless thousands of other demons who were all holding brilliantly shining weapons. The mighty armed demons struck the demigods, who began abandoning the battlefield and fleeing in the 10 directions. Seeing the Supreme Lord Rishikesh, the master of the senses, present on the battlefield, the furious demons rushed toward him with various weapons in their hands. As they charged the Lord, who holds a sword, disc, and club, he immediately pierced all their limbs with his sharp, poisonous arrows. Thus many hundreds of demons died by the Lord's hand. At last, the chief demon, Mura, began fighting with the Lord. Mura used his mystic power to render useless whatever weapons the Supreme Lord Rishikesh unleashed. Indeed, to the demon, the weapons felt like flowers striking him. When the Lord could not defeat the demon, even with various kinds of weapons, whether those that are thrown or those that are held, he began fighting with his bare hands, which were as strong as iron-studded clubs. The Lord wrestled with Mura for 1,000 celestial years, and then, apparently fatigued, left for Badrikashram. There, Lord Yogeshwara, the greatest of all yogis, the Lord of the universe, entered a very beautiful cave named Himavati to rest. O Dhananjaya, winner of wealth, that cave was 96 miles in diameter and had only one entrance. I went there out of fear and also to sleep. I love how Krishna then starts, he starts speaking in the first person. Before it was the Supreme Lord, now he's like, also, it was me. I am the same. There is no doubt about this, O son of Pandu, for the great fight made me very tired. The demon followed me into that cave, and seeing me asleep, thinking within his heart, today I will kill this slayer of all demons, Hari. While the wicked-minded Mura was making his plans in this way, from my body there manifested a young girl who had a very bright complexion. O son of Pandu, Mura saw that she was equipped with various brilliant weapons and was ready to fight. Challenged by that female to do battle, Mura prepared himself and then fought with her. But he became very astonished when he saw that she fought with him without cessation. The king of the demons then said, "Who has created this angry, fearsome girl who is fighting with me so powerfully, just like a thunderbolt falling upon me?" After saying this, the demon continued to fight with the girl. Suddenly, that effulgent goddess shattered all of Mura's weapons and in a moment deprived him of his chariot. He ran toward her to attack her with his bare hands. But when she saw him coming, she angrily cut off his head. All glories to the internal potency of Shri Krishna. Thus the demon at once fell to the ground and went to the abode of Yamaraj. The rest of the Lord's enemies, out of fear and helplessness, entered the subterranean Patala region. Then the Supreme Lord woke up and saw the dead demon before him, as well as the maiden, bowing down to him with joined palms. His face expressing astonishment, the Lord of the universe said, "Who has killed this vicious demon?" He easily defeated all the demigods, Gandharvas, and even Indra himself, along with Indra's companions, the Maruts, and also defeated the Nagas, snakes, the rulers of the lower planets. He even defeated me, making me hide in this cave out of fear. Who is it that has so mercifully protected me after I ran from the battlefield and went to sleep in this cave? The maiden said, "It is I who have killed this demon after appearing from your transcendental body. Indeed, O Lord Hari, when he saw you're sleeping, he wanted to kill you. Understanding the intention of this thorn in the side of the three worlds, I killed that evil rascal and thus freed all the demigods from fear. I am your great Mahashakti, your internal potency, who strikes fear into the hearts of all of your enemies. I have killed this universally terrifying demon to protect the three worlds. Please tell me why you are so surprised to see that the demon has been killed, O Lord." The Supreme Personality of Godhead said, "O sinless one, I am very satisfied to see that it is you who have killed this king of the demons. In this way, you have made the demigods happy, prosperous, and full of bliss, because you have given pleasure to all the demigods in the three worlds. I am very pleased with you. Ask any boon you may desire, O auspicious one. I will give it to you without a doubt, though it be very rare among the demigods." The maiden said, "O Lord, if you are pleased with me and wish to give me a boon, then give me the power to deliver from the greatest sins that person who fasts on this day. I wish that half the pious credit obtained by one who fasts will accrue to one who eats only once in the evening, abstaining from grains and beans, and that half this pious credit will be earned by one who eats only at midday. Also, may one who strictly observes a complete fast on my appearance day, with controlled senses, go to the abode of Lord Vishnu for 1 billion kalpas after he has enjoyed all kinds of pleasures in this world. This is the boon I desire to attain by your mercy, my Lord, O Janardhan. Whether a person observes complete fasting, eats only in the evening, or eats only at midday, please grant him a religious attitude, wealth, and at last, liberation." The Supreme Personality of Godhead said, "O most auspicious lady, what you have requested is granted. All my devotees in this world will surely fast on your day, and they will become famous throughout the three worlds and finally come and stay with me in my abode. Because you, my transcendental potency, have appeared on this 11th day, during the waning moon, during the month of Margashirsha. Let your name be known as Ekadashi. If a person fasts on Ekadashi, I will burn up all his sins and bestow upon him my transcendental abode. These are the days of the waxing and waning moon that are most dear to me. Tritiya, the 3rd day, Ashtami, the 8th day, Navami, the 9th day, Chaturdashi, the 14th day, and especially this day of Ekadashi, the 11th day. The merit one attains by fasting on Ekadashi is greater than that achieved by fasting on any other kind of fast, or by going to a place of pilgrimage, and even greater than that achieved by giving charity to Brahmanas. I tell you most emphatically that this is true." Having thus given the maiden his benediction, the Supreme Lord suddenly disappeared. From that time onward, the Ekadashi day became the most meritorious and famous all over the universe. O Arjuna, if a person strictly observes Ekadashi, I kill all his enemies and grant him the highest destination indeed. If a person observes this great Ekadashi fast in any of the prescribed ways, which include simply fasting from grains and beans, I remove all obstacles to his spiritual progress and grant him the perfection of life. Thus, O son of Pritha, I have described to you the origin of Ekadashi. This one day removes all sins eternally. Indeed, it is the most meritorious day for destroying all kinds of sins, and it has appeared in order to benefit everyone in the universe by bestowing all varieties of perfection. One should not discriminate between the Ekadashis of the waxing and waning moons. Both must be observed, O Parth, and they should not be differentiated from Mahadwadasi. Everyone who fasts on Ekadashi should recognize that there is no difference between these two Ekadashis, for they comprise the same Titi. Whoever completely fasts on Ekadashi, following the rules and regulations, will achieve the supreme abode of Lord Vishnu, who rides upon Garuda. They are glorious, who devote themselves to Lord Vishnu and spend all their time studying the glories of Ekadashi. One who vows not to eat anything on Ekadashi, but to eat only on the next day, achieves the same merit as one who executes a horse sacrifice. Of this there is no doubt. On Dwadasi, the day after Ekadashi, one should pray, O Pundarikaksha, O lotus-eyed Lord, now I will eat. Please shelter me. After saying this, the wise devotee should offer some flowers and water at the Lord's lotus feet and invite the Lord to eat by chanting the 8-syllable mantra thrice. If the devotee wants to gain the fruit of his fast, he should then drink water taken from the sanctified vessel in which he offered water at the Lord's lotus feet. So all you have to do is check Charanamrita. On Dwadasi, one must avoid sleeping during the day, eating in another's home, eating more than once, having sex, eating honey, eating from a bell metal plate, eating urad dal, and rubbing oil on one's body. The devotee must give up these 8 things on Dwadasi. If he wants to speak to an outcast on that day, he must purify himself by eating a tulsi leaf or amlaki fruit. O best of kings, from noon on Ekadashi until dawn on Dwadasi, one should engage himself in taking baths, worshipping the Lord, and executing devotional activities, including the giving of charity and the performance of fire sacrifice. If one finds himself in difficult circumstances and cannot break Ekadashi fast properly on Dwadasi, one can break it by drinking water, and then one is not at all at fault if he eats again after that. A devotee of Lord Vishnu, who day and night hears these all auspicious topics concerning the Lord from the mouth of another devotee, will be elevated to the Lord's planet and reside there for 10 million kalpas. And one who hears even one sentence about the glories of Ekadashi is freed from the reactions to such sins as killing a Brahmana. There is no doubt about this. For all eternity, there will be no better way of worshipping Lord Vishnu than observing a fast on Ekadashi. Thus ends the narration of the glories of Margashirsha Krishna Ekadashi, or Utpana Ekadashi, from the Bhavishya Uttara Purana. Shri Ekadashi Devi Ki Jai. It's that simple. We started out asking the Lord for his advice, and he extensively gave us his advice. He took out so much time to give us his advice. Let's not be those people who completely ignore the advice of our dear, most supreme best friend. Shri Krishna Chandra Bhagavan Ki Jai. Thank you so much, dear devotees.
Wonderful class, Acyuta Gopi. I really like the point you made in the beginning, how we're expected to drown, intentionally drown in the ocean of mercy. And then you went on with your class, and we heard about this rules and regulations and things to follow in Ekadashi. And I was like, oh my God, I'm drowning in the rules and regulations instead of drowning in the ocean of mercy. So the question I have is, what's the correlation between rules and regulation and bhakti? How much ritual is not too much? Because we want to drown in the mercy, not in the rules. But I want to be lost in that. Please.
I mean, at some point we have to drown in the rules because we need a detox, We are like completely addicted, And when you get an addict and they're going through detox, it is hellish.
That's right.
So we're going through the detox right now. And the first thing they do with the detox, they make you follow stringent rules. They take away your phone. They take away all the things.
They beat you up.
Right? They
Throw you
beat
in the
down
cold
your
shower.
ego. But all of these rules and regulations should be there to help us shed tears of gratitude for how simple Srila Prabhupada made it. He said, you simply chant the holy name, increase your hearing and chanting, and fast from grains and beans. He changed the rules for us. And he said, I will take on the responsibility of the rest. Whatever is there that is lacking, Srila Prabhupada will make up the difference. It is there to help us shed tears of gratitude, to understand that, oh my God, I would be drowning in rules and regulations. It is impossible for me. But I can shed tears of gratitude to the lotus feet of our spiritual master. Let his fame be proclaimed throughout all the three worlds. There are so many times that they say that the identity of your guru should be kept secret. But Srila Gaur Govinda Maharaj says, this Guru Vandana prayer says no. Let the fame of our Guru Maharaj be spread throughout all of the three worlds. Why? Because look how merciful he is to some fallen rascal like me who is incompetent, who is completely bewildered, who is ill-advised and completely lame. I am so lame in all senses of the word. Modern, old, antiquity, I am lame and ill-advised. And yet somehow, my spiritual master, his fame should spread throughout all the three worlds because he has willingly taken me on and decided, I will cover the difference for you. I will put my neck out for you. We are all looking for a really good lawyer in our case in the material world. And Maya Devi is a supreme judge, and she is hard at what she does. Who will speak for you? You have gone through lifetimes doing the same thing. Who in the world will speak for you? My Guru Maharaj says, I will. I will be the lawyer for this person. Really? They don't deserve it. I know. It doesn't matter. Sri Nityananda Prabhu has incarnated as Guru Tattva. saying, I will take it on, don't worry. So the correlation between these rules and bhakti is that these rules have to be there. And the more stringent the rules, the more mercy our Guru has given us. Because Guru has said, don't worry, just increase your chanting. Whatever it is you do throughout the day, just take a simple fast from grains and beans. I don't care, eat how many times a day. Fine, it's fine. Just increase your chanting. I will make up the difference. And I will bargain with Sri Krishna with my life, just so that we could somehow advance. And Krishna has such a soft spot for our gurus that he says, okay, for you, I'll do it. For you, anything. Let the fame of our gurus be spread throughout the entire universe. They are unflinching desire trees, taking on the rules and regulations that we cannot do. They are doing it because we can't.
Wow. What an answer. It's just so much more than I asked for. We have Ishwari Sundari raising her hand. It's her birthday. Ishwari Sundari, we love you. Thank you for being who you are.
Happy
For turning the
birthday!
camera on. Hare Krishna.
Thank you. Hare Krishna. Thank you for this amazing class. I have to say, and I will admit, very embarrassingly, that Ekadashi is not the easiest thing for me. No excuses, but basically I've been on like some hard medication for quite some time because of pain, and by Krishna's mercy, that pain is now disappearing, hopefully. So I was just thinking about it leading up till today, as today is my appearance day in this world, and God has given me, another chance, to continue in this world in Krishna consciousness, which is the most important thing, right? And I was thinking about Ekadashi, and I said, this is one of the things I really want to wrap, my mind around now that, this is now, like a new phase of my life. I can't believe at this age I'm having another new phase in my life. But your words today and the fact that you said this is the Ekadashi that starts all Ekadashis, wow, blew my mind. Like, there's no way I could ever go back now. I know that this is the beginning of so many things today, and that has just strengthened my vow to follow Ekadashi. So I need more than maybe a lot of other people to be motivated. So thank you. Beautiful class. I appreciate it.
I am absolutely praying that, as she even said, she sees your determination, she sees your dedication, and she destroys all obstacles on your path to honoring her and in your Krishna consciousness. I am eagerly praying for the mercy of Ekadashi Devi on this day, that she destroys all obstacles on your path. Because look how determined you are. That's all Krishna wants to see. Look how eager you are to say, I have a new chance. That's all Krishna wants, is that every day we say, okay, maybe I couldn't do it in the past, but now you've given me a new chance, Lord. Let me take full advantage. Just that desire is honoring Ekadashi. I congratulate you.
Thank you. Thank you.
Ekadashi Devi is not a list of rules. She's a person.
Yeah. And a
Very
warrior
nice
princess
point.
at that,
Yeah.
From the time I heard that when I was little, Ekadashi Devi became my favorite. I thought, how incredible. Coming from the very body of Lord Hari, coming from Shri Krishna's very own self to protect the Supreme Lord. Who wouldn't want to be such a fearsome warrior princess? Who wouldn't want to honor such a fearsome warrior princess? And all she asks is, just honor me and let me then protect every single devotee who does so. She has all of the weapons of Shri Krishna, including the use of his Sudarshan Chakra. So whenever we feel afraid, whenever we feel like we cannot do it, we should know that we have an entourage at our back. All sides we are protected. Devotees, this is our greatest fortune. And like you said, she is more than just a list of rules. She's the most compassionate, merciful Devi, just like a mother, just like a friend, just like a daughter, so sweet and compassionate. I pray that we all gain a newfound appreciation for Ekadashi and why we are doing it. Because she is a person. Because she is running behind us saying, let me help you. Please let me help you. Bhakti Devi is standing at our doorstep saying, let me help you. Srila Prabhupada has given us everything. Everything, everything. If we can do nothing else, all we have to do is increase our devotional service, of which hearing and chanting is the foremost. If we just remember a little bit more than yesterday, we've increased. That's it. Just remembering a little bit more than yesterday. Krishna is my friend. I don't know how, I don't know when, I don't know what I did to deserve it, but Krishna is my friend. And he's put us at the right place at the right time. It is no accident.
Damdar Priya Devi Dasi. I have nothing to say. It's just amazing.
Hare Krishna, Chitta Gopi Prabhu. I don't know if we'll have time because I don't know if darshan's happening soon. But I also, like Ishwari Sundari, have struggled with Ekadasi, and it's been something that I really had trouble with. However, this past week, I had to have 2 medical procedures yesterday done, and part of the prep for them and was I was put on like a special diet for a week that I had to follow. And then there was like some really intense stuff that I had to do the day before, and like, you know, drinking things that didn't taste good and all these things. And I was willing to do it because that's what was needed to do the medical procedure. And I didn't complain. I just, yeah, I did it. And the whole time I was just like, yeah, you know, this is fine. Like, I'm going to do this austerity. And then I was just telling my husband this morning, I was just like, so I was willing to do that austerity just for a medical procedure. Why can't I do that austerity twice a month for Krishna? And I realized why then Krishna arranged for all this to show me that I can do that. Because I always, it was really challenging for me. I always doubted that I could do it because I also take medications and my health is like not the best. And I was just like, maybe I can't do it. But now I saw that I can, because I did something even more austere for a whole week. And then I also had to go without eating for like most of the day. I had to go without water. You know, I was like, isn't that one of the fasts that you have to do, like the really super crazy one? Yeah. So now I realized, I was like, wait, I could just do a day. So now I hope I don't shoot myself in the foot, but I just told my husband, I was just like, I want to do Ekadasi today. I want to try it. You know, just FYI for people, arepas, which is a Latin food, it's made out of corn. Arepas is Ekadasi. Like, you could have
Actually,
arepas.
you can't have corn on Ekadashi.
What?
No corn on Ekadashi.
Oh, well then, see, I shot myself in the foot. I already had them.
It's a
Okay.
leg.
Oh, well, then never mind. Next time.
No, it gets so technical. Corn, cheese, all of those things. It's like,
I was so excited. I was like, corn is fine for Ekadasi, so I can have it. Okay, well, never mind. But
you can have almond flour arepas.
Almond flour arepa. Okay, well, either way, I think the sentiment still counts, that even if I had corn already, I'm still going to try to follow it for the rest of the day, because I'm endeavoring and I'm trying my best. And as much as I didn't get that technicality, like, it's the point is that I realizing that I can make this austerity for Krishna if I was able to do it for something mundane, and that I have that hope to be able to do it for next time as well. And I will pay attention and not have corn.
And
So,
your Ekadashi, I do want to just kind of reiterate what you said, that it is not ruined. It's not ruined. You know, when you are honoring Ekadashi within your mind, within your heart, she knows. She's the internal potency of Krishna. She knows. She absolutely knows. So don't worry. She totally She will make a way. She will bend the rules. She will flip things upside down. And she knows, this person is endeavoring to honor me. She'll help. Krishna's mercy is always helpful. That's what I've been learning so far. And when they said, for one who spends their time learning and glorifying Ekadashis, understanding these Ekadashis, and I was thinking, look what you all devotees have done for me. I've spent years, now 2-3 years, spending my time with my mind constantly absorbed on, what to speak about next Ekadashi. Ekadashi is coming, Ekadashi is coming, Ekadashi is coming. My family, they're like, they've taken to calling me Ekadashi Priya because they know how much I love Ekadashi. I was in Vrindavan and I was eating Ekadashi sabji and chapatis just this past Ekadashi. And one of my friends came up to me and she says, "Oh, so not following Ekadashi, I see." And I said, "Wow, judging Brahmins on Ekadashi, I see." I was like, if you knew anything about me, you'd know I am militant about Ekadashi. I know all kinds of Ekadashi stories. I know about kings who made their entire kingdoms fast for Ekadashi, so much so that Yamaraj was afraid. Like, you have no idea who I am. Because if you knew me, you'd know that my hand and Ekadashi, my name and Ekadashi, we go hand in hand. Ekadashi has been one of my favorite days since I was a little kid. I was the kid who would stay home from school on Pandava Nirjala Ekadashi so that I could fast on Pandava Nirjala Ekadashi. And I would make my parents write a note. And when the teacher actually was like, well, I don't know, this doesn't seem bona fide, I wrote a whole correlation between the Jewish Day of Atonement and Pandava Nirjala Ekadashi so that I could stay home and fast on Ekadashi. I was like, there's
they messed with the wrong person, with the wrong kid.
So yeah, I went on a whole deal about it. But FYI, MVT in Vrindavan doesn't even give you a non-Ekadashi menu on Ekadashi. Gosh, they were sorely mistaken that day. But Ekadashi Devi knows when we have the desire within our heart, she makes everything align perfectly. And like you said, everything aligned perfectly just so you could know, I can do this. I've done it for lesser things. And she even accepts the fast the day before, the day after. She extends her mercy all throughout Dasami, Ekadashi, Dwadasi. So whenever I've had, any kind of medical procedure and all of these things, and I find myself not eating, I'm like, wow, Lord, you're really something else. He's really orchestrating our lives. Make no doubt about it. She sees your endeavor and she is applauding you. She is celebrating you.
She overlooks our corn, our mushrooms, coffee, and other petty things. Right, Jeffrey Eckler Prabhu? Wasn't that a sobering class? We have our Guru's mercy on one side, and then on the other side, we have our chocolate, schmocolate, and all that. Ekadashi Devi is so merciful. She overlooks that. She sent Acyuta Gopi. She sends Acyuta Gopi to us twice a month to remind of that mercy that is available to us. Thank you, Acyuta Gopi, for channeling that, for helping us drown in the shower, in the ocean, whatever it is. Okay, all right. Shishirada Murlidhar Ki Jai. Shri Guru Chandra Ki Jai. Shri Ekadashi Devi Ki Jai. Srila Prabhupada Ki Jai. Acyuta Gopi Devi Dasi Ki Jai. Everybody on this call, the humanity at large, Ki Jai. Happy Ekadashi. Have fun. Go an extra mile for Krishna. Never regret it. Thank you, Acyuta Gopi. Hare Krishna. Hare Rama. Bye-bye. Ishwar Sundari, happy birthday. New phase every day in Krishna consciousness.
Thank you so much.